Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Frozen Frontier. Continue.
The maths continue.
So 473 pounds of treasure at that point, which is still low. But
we need to know how much the dragon scales weigh that we're taking. Yeah. So maybe work with Sean, Neal, and work out how much the dragon scales weigh.
Yeah. How much do you want to bring back? Are you trying to bring back enough for like one suit, or are you going to try and bring back enough for like many suits so you can try and mix and match and play?
Probably
with
about
them?
3. So I'm gonna have like a thick cut of hide, a thin cut of hide, and then one that's just like enough to make armor out of scales.
Do we need to take that back on the first trip? We're coming back.
Should we come back straight
I
away?
don't want to risk it rotting.
Yeah, I think we should take. Why do you need?
Should we pack it in ice?
Because I don't know what the right cut is to make dragon hide armor. There's gonna be some experimentation.
All right, you don't know. Okay.
What if we packed it in ice to prevent it from rotting? We have tons of ice around us.
The problem is that things that get frozen here aren't really properly preserved. Remember when we defrosted some of those bodies and they just turned to goop?
Well, that was thousands of years, though, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, if that's just freezing the decay process, it might not work for preserving the dragon.
I mean, I think we should try and preserve it, but I agree. Right. Like if it's 50 pounds per suit, then maybe we should talk about freezing it. But if it's like 10 pounds,
if it's not feasible to carry them all back, then that's one thing. But if it is, then we should do that.
So it'll be roughly, you're guessing about 35 pounds per suit. So if you want to bring back 3 different types to work with it, then you're looking at 105
Would it be
pounds.
different weights per suit, like 35 for the thick cut, then lower for the other two, since they're less?
I think we would probably average at 35. Like the thick might be 45 and the light might be 25, but...
Okay.
I see the dragon scales as high priority loot, so I think we should.
Yeah, so the scales should be pretty light, right? The scales aren't going to be much. So there's 2 basically at 35 apiece, so about 70 pounds of hide.
No, Neil just said it's 105 on average.
No, 35
30,
per suit.
35 on average.
Right.
And then one of them's just scales. So I only have 2 hide cuts only. And then one of them's just a bunch of dragon scales.
I think he was including that, but
I feel like, is that part of the weight? I assume that the scales are a little bit of a different matter.
I was just going to say, if you want to bring back enough dragon parts to make 3 different types of suits or to mix and match and come up with it, it's going to be about 35 pounds per suit, scale, hide, whatever, average. So you want to bring like the light and the medium. It's probably a little lower. You want to bring the medium and the heavy. It's a little bit higher.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Don't forget, you guys aren't encumbered like I will be pulling the sled, so you guys can carry some stuff as well.
Oh, I think I'm encumbered actually.
Well, yeah, you maybe, but
I
can only carry a little bit of extra.
I'm encumbered with all my climbing and warmth gear.
Yeah.
I'll be going to half speed. Are you guys already at half speed?
No. I'm at 2/3.
If I go to I'm at 2/3. If I can add 30 pounds and still be at half, so I could contribute to the sled pulling.
I mean, if someone wants to take 11/10 if someone wants to take 12/10 of a pound off my character sheet, I will be unencumbered.
I can do that.
What is that?
Let's see. Where can I sacrifice weight? Because I want my spell components and shit on me.
Just drop all of your traveling money.
I don't have any coins.
That was me.
Yeah.
I have the coins.
Yeah, that nobility.
Okay. So Grimes has got an extra 30 pounds. So that's 150 of effective.
Can you take my mirror?
Yeah, how much is the mirror?
1 pound.
Got it.
So, yeah, if Grimes can help pull 30.
Oh, wait, no, I already have your small mirror. You should have already had it off your character sheet.
Keep holding on to it, and now it's off the character sheet.
So, Jaromir, add another 150 effective weight to the total for Grimes to help pull. And I don't think 3 people and 7 dogs can pull, so we'll probably max it out at that.
Okay, so another 150.
Yeah. So what does that leave us total?
Our maximum sled weight is going to be 1,095 total pounds.
All right, minus wood, food, cooking pot, ski.
Yeah, wood, food, cooking pot, and the excess skis are going to be 472. So we have 623 pounds of available extra weight.
All right, so 623, 105 of that is dragon.
And that's most of what we need, because aside from that, we have like most of it's going to be in gold and in art objects, right?
So let's write it down, Greg. 105 in dragon scales.
Okay, 105 in dragon scales.
What is it? 285 in art objects. 282 in art objects.
282 in art objects.
35 in decorative weapons.
Hold up just a sec. Art objects, 35 decorative weapons.
All right, how much have we got left?
give me a half moment here, equals U minus sum of through through sha. No, damn it. Why are you not Excel, Google Sheets?
No, that's annoying.
Equals this minus sum of U through sum of U through U. Why does it not click like that? Jesus dicks. Okay. And 34.
New one on me.
Jesus dicks.
Many of them, just kind of like all
We
over.
got available.
301.
201.
201. All right, so 200 pounds of gold. Let's take that as well. All right.
200
so,
pounds of gold.
Yes.
Okay, so that leaves us. That is maxed out. Essentially, we have 1 pound. Oh, you can put my mirror on there.
So that means left inside the cave is 260 pounds of copper, 1,184 pounds of silver, and 140 pounds of gold. Yeah, we all agreed.
Sure.
Okay, so let's.
Can you say
let's-
that again so I can write it down?
Left in the cave, 260 copper, 1184 silver, and 140 gold.
So you brought 482 pounds worth of loot.
We
No,
bought more than that.
Yeah, more than that. Yeah.
Oh, you added the decorative weapons too, right?
Yes, and the
Yeah.
art objects and all that.
and the,
Well, the
and the dragon
art-
scales.
We
Yeah.
brought 622 pounds of loot.
Yeah. Okay. So
Perfect. Yeah.
also that means that Greg, anything more than 50 pounds of firewood is being left in the cave.
That is correct.
You said
Alright.
you're going at half move, right?
Yeah, half move. I don't think anyone else can help pull the sled. I think 2 people and 7 dogs is probably as
Okay,
much as
hold
can
on.
actually pull it.
What are my encumbrance territories? 115 for half move. Is it worth it? You know what? Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and add 60 pounds of gold coins to my backpack, which should be fine because it's dense, right? I can fit that in my
Yeah,
backpack, no
that's
problem.
not a problem. Yeah.
Okay, so left in now is 80 pounds of gold.
Right.
Thank you. Got it.
All right, I think we're all ready. You've been making the ice wall over the last 7 days, right?
Yep.
Has everyone healed 17 HP?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I think we're ready to go.
Or
then.
actually, Grimes should have gotten an extra day on that because.
I was at full.
Oh right. Okay.
it
Yeah.
full?
Then it's just
Okay.
17 for us.
Ready?
Yeah. So
Finally.
I'd made sure to tie everything down to the sled. I think we
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
glossed over the sled loading, but
Right.
we had a week. It is efficiently loaded,
Mhm.
yeah.
tied
we
down in case.
We Tetrised everything on there.
All right, let's go. Come on.
Did we want to poke over these hills, these mountains, and see if there's anything to see? Or
Let's just get back to Saltport as safely as possible. We're carrying too much wealth to take any risks.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There's books in the Dragon's Cave too.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not taking the books?
They're not included in that list.
Yeah. No
think
weight
it's
allowed.
Those are probably
Yeah, I say
Books
we
are
did.
probably like 1 to 2 pounds a piece, I guess.
5
Let's
pounds
ditch-
each.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say 'cause they're
those are probably more value per weight.
The books are staying in the cave. Let's go.
You sure? You sure? Okay, fine.
It's
Let's
too
go.
late.
Let's go. It's time.
All right, we go. We head
All
out.
right. You step out of this nice, like, walled-in cave where there's just a little bit of door. You haul everything out there right into the whipping winds of a moderate day.
I want to seal that
As-
bit of the door. Right.
As
right.
Jaromir goes back and seals the door, and you guys pack everything down and pull your cloaks tight around you because it's been a while since you've been
Wait,
trudging.
are we taking
through
the dragon hides
wasteland.
with us?
Yeah. They're on
Okay.
the sled.
Cool.
All right. So off we go once more into the frozen wastes.
Back on foot this time, unfortunately.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I get a roll for moderate day movement?
Yeah. So here's the thing, though. We're able to ski downhill, right?
No, because
We have to move at William's movement rate with the sled.
Yeah, and the sled
Right.
going downhill trying to control it is just as awkward. Any benefit you gain from going downhill, you lose from having to slow down the sled to make sure it doesn't run away. So we'll use regular movement.
we've got time, man. Let's just take it nice and slow, half speed. Even if it takes us 2 weeks, it's fine.
So that's moderate is d6 plus 3, I believe.
Yes, sir.
d6 plus 3 times 1/2. All right, we make 4 miles that first day.
All right. Well, it's 10 miles down, so you get about a little less than halfway down. Before the day is out.
Is there any trees this far down?
No.
Okay, so we ban off firewood this night.
All right. Is that the end of your firewood?
No, we have 50 pounds of it on the slide.
So that's 12 pounds down.
The next
Yeah,
day.
so now we have 38 left.
The next day is also moderate weather.
Okay. Another d6 plus 3. We make 3 miles that day. And I want to make a survival check here to see what the weather's turning toward. It's d20 plus 12. That is a fail, so I don't know.
No, it's just this canyon is high walls with lots of winds whipping down it. You're not even sure if the weather here is the same as the weather elsewhere. It might be, worse in this canyon because of the shape of it. We'll see.
All right.
2 days down. So far, so good. The next day is also moderate weather.
Okay.
All right, let's get to the trees this time, Sean.
That's not the right roll. Hold on. Never mind. 3.5 miles. That should get us to the trees.
That will get you to the tree line.
Okay.
Right. So, whoo, safety. All right. Let's top back up to 50 pounds. And, Greg, if you want to keep track, we can replace any eaten food with extra firewood.
Yeah. So the sled weight should stay constant.
Yeah.
All right. Next day is also moderate down here at the base of the mountain.
Place eaten food with extra weight, so that would be 86.
Until we get to say 150 pounds of wood, then I'd say we're probably fine and can sustain there.
Yeah.
So are
Moderate
we-
day, Sean.
Are we collecting wood?
Moderate day again?
Yes.
Or-
Yes,
just-
we're collecting wood.
Yeah.
Shall we roll strength checks, or we
No,
just-
I
it's
think we can win it.
In a blizzard, it might be worth it, but I think we can just do it.
You can just gather firewood. Yeah, you've got a couple hours after you make camp, and then in the morning. It's fine. You make another 3.5 miles, and you roll into the first. Nope. Sorry, it's still July. The next day, the 30th of July, is also moderate.
All right, very consistent weather. 4 miles. Pretty good movement rolls, at least.
All right, you are making progress. The next day, the winds die down. You've left that canyon. Maybe it's not the canyon, maybe it is, but everything dies real calm, real slow, and you're just kind of left in this pristine chill.
Has it been this calm at all since we got down here? How rare is this?
Yeah, Grimes had some calm days while he was going out and climbing up mountains.
Yeah.
So I posit the idea one night in the tent. I wonder if sleet made the weather worse around here. What do you think, Jaromir? Is that possible?
Very possible, yes. Magic has the ability to affect weather. We saw it before with Yetis. They had some kind of pull on the weather. When there was fog previously, I opened mine to it. And felt
yeah, I
around
remember you.
for creatures.
I remember you saying about that.
I'm sorry?
I remember you saying about that now.
Yes, exactly. Magic is intertwined with all things in life, weather not excluded. It is very possible dragon could be affecting it in some way. However, look around. It's still very cold, very windy.
Still cold. I wonder if we killed Sleet's mother or whatever the biggest, baddest monster is on this continent, if maybe we could melt the snow.
Perhaps. Is possible.
Let's keep an eye on the weather. Like, if it seems to be significantly better, that seems to be a pretty significant finding.
Oh. Did we gather the elven chain scraps?
They are stuck in the cave.
That's fine.
We gathered them at least. I guess we didn't load them up.
Yeah.
Collect
There wasn't room.
Fair
All
enough.
right. Keep going. Let's go. Calm day.
What's the roll for today? Oh, it's calm? Okay. 2d6 plus...
Hold on, before we get to the calm day, I have a little something I want to do here.
Oh, we getting 1 HP back for these days as well.
Yes. This was what the...
Third.
Let's see, I made 1, 2, 3, 4 moderate rolls. 5 moderate rolls, actually.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
So
So we have 5 days of healing.
You want me to make my checks, huh? 5 days?
Can we get herbalism if we're moving?
I assume if we can get the healing proficiency.
So you get 2 extra +1s.
Nice. It's a good proficiency, that. So we can get 2 HP a day now traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And 3 resting. And once he has his proper herbs, that'll be consistent instead of just
Guaranteed, yeah.
healing checks, yeah.
Cool.
I have a question, Neal. If I unsheathe the dagger go ethereal. It reduces damage. Does it also reduce the impact of weather? Like, do I get less cold if I'm half in the ethereal plane?
Ooh, that is a good question I had not considered. I think the answer is yes. Your body's only half in the real world, half in the ethereal world, half in the prime material plane, half in the ethereal plane.
So does it soak 1 point of cold damage?
Yeah,
Or
well, let's say
cold
you are affected by cold 1 point less, as long as you're wielding the dagger in your hand.
Which I guess is kind of awkward to have a dagger unsheathed while you're running around, but
Yeah,
Or
you
at
don't
least-
like want to be walking around all
So-
day like I got a knife.
yeah.
Speaking of practicing
You have
weapons,
a number of knives just sitting next to you, don't you?
That's the same one.
Like a different.
This
you
is the
pull-
same one. It just has the.
Oh.
But I've got some
speak-
more over there, and a shield over there, and there's some back over there somewhere.
do you not have like a small armory, Greg? What are you doing?
I mean, I have lots of different balls. I could get a football, and a ball, and a baseball, and a golf ball, and
Oh, it's so weird. What do you have all these balls for?
Yeah,
These balls or something?
Where's your collection of katanas?
I mean, katanas are more expensive than a round piece of rubber I can bang around. You know.
That's true. Speaking of testing with weapons, while we're traveling one of these days, I want to try swinging Nighthawk in the open day.
Oh, okay.
Swing it at
Does it still make that like screeching noise and leave behind a red streak?
The red streak is not as visible in the daylight. In fact, you can't really see it at all.
Okay, but
But-
it still screeches. Look, William, it still works.
I guess, yeah. That's a pretty cool sword you got there, Forrest. Goes nicely with your armor.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right. What was the thing you wanted to do, Neal?
That's fine. That's fine. Your night passes. Your armor check, your disco, and we move on to the next day, which is calm.
Okay. 7 miles.
Okay. Where do they come from? Are they just ambient?
Yeah.
What?
Okay. I cast Wizard Sight.
Okay. So this is before you guys wake up. Then Jaromir is hanging out by himself in the tent. You guys are all asleep. You still have watches, and so during Jaromir's watch, he gets a little paranoid. Maybe not paranoid. That's not a right word here.
Justifiably so. Is it still paranoia if the government actually is tapping your phone lines?
That's a good question.
Yeah, so you look around with Wizard Sight, and you see the auras of spellcasters and enchanted objects. Yeah, you don't see anything unusual with your Wizard Sight. There's nothing going on immediately around you. There's that same dull haze of magic that pervades everything, and you can see all the magic items around you kind of pinging off in blues and greens and golds.
How deep into my watch am I?
2 hours.
My typical watch goes about 4 hours.
Three,
three?
6, yeah, 3, yeah.
Okay. Do I, in my kit of herbs, do I have anything like vaguely hallucinogenic?
I bet you do. Oh yeah,
Okay.
I bet
Yeah.
Jaromir's got a bunch of vaguely hallucinogenic things.
Yeah. All right. So with Wizard Sight still going, I kind of just close the flap to the tent and I sit down and draw a little focusing circle, right? Yeah, and sit in it. And I consume the kind of mind altering herb in order to best get into a trance like state. And I try to open my brain to these voices. And see if I can't communicate with them.
Yeah. You feel kind of ethereal again. Remember when you were swimming through all that fog and kind of climbing through the sky? It's that same sort of feeling. And you know what? Today's a calm day. It's not a foggy day like the last time you were here, but it's that same sort of chill, that cool chill that pervades everything. And once again, you find yourself climbing through clouds and into the sky and kind of looking up and looking around. The stars are all there in all of their regular constellations. But you find yourself kind of looking at them expectantly, like you're waiting for something.
Previously, there was a star missing in Malchus's constellation. Is that visible still?
Let's see. Malchus is no longer in the night sky.
Okay.
It's the middle of summer, and so he's not around.
It's been a while, but I was wondering if maybe there was more to that.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I guess I try to speak, right? Because I hear the voices. I look up to the night sky. I guess that's what I'm drawn to. And I just kind of speak out. I'm like, I hear you. What can I do, right? Or like, I'm here, maybe. Like, I hear you. I'm here, right? Like, I want to open a line of dialogue if possible.
Right. So you call out for them, hoping for an answer, and you just get back the same sort of whispering, saying like, we're waiting.
Okay.
It's up to you. We need you.
Very cool. Is this kind of like the mist where I could kind of like float through it around Caledonia?
Yeah.
I kind of want to do that, right? I want to get as high as I can. Well, I want to get as vertical as I can, right? And and kind of like draw my conscience in like semicircles going out around the continent and just kind of like get a view for it. Like, has something changed? Like maybe even metaphysically, even like we know we have those waves of patterns in the magic. I don't know if Wizard Sight goes through the highness or not. Probably not.
From your elevation, you can see Caledonia is blanketed in this kind of like, it looks like a giant storm that encircles the island, and then there's regular weather and waves and ocean and everything, but it seems like there's perpetual cloud cover in a circle around Caledonia.
Okay.
Obscuring the terrain below. You can see mountaintops kind of peeking above the clouds here or there, just in a few special places. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that I kind of ride this out, right? I spend the rest of this hour of or however long it may be. Maybe it goes longer
You
than
think
that.
this is only going to last 1 hour, Greg?
But yeah, I
in it for the long
merge through
haul.
Caledonia, and
All
so
right.
Does he
Eventually
forget to wake the
somebody
rest of
wakes
us
you up,
I think we sleep through whoever's watch is next, or is his watch the last one?
Jaromir probably takes first or last. Which one is
I
he?
would imagine I take
usually
last,
does last, yeah.
right?
Okay.
Because then I can just like begin memorizing spells.
Yeah. So eventually, as the dogs are waking up and stretching, somebody bumps into Jaromir and he kind of like snaps out of it. And there's like a dog licking his face, and Grimes is waking up, and they're all like, "What the hell is going on here?"
Seems like business as usual, actually.
I try to play it off as
look
if
in his eye.
it's no big deal, and I go grab my mirror and start examining my spells for the day.
Okay.
Were you inside when you were talking to the voices? Inside
Yes,
the tent.
I would have been
Is
in
there-
the tent.
Is there a chance that anyone maybe was awoken and heard Jaromir talking to himself?
No, I made some rolls.
Okay, cool. All right, everybody, good sleep. Let's get back going.
Yep. I already rolled our movement for that day, 7 miles.
Wonderful.
How many pounds of firewood do we have now?
50. Oh no, more. Because
Yeah,
We have. You said we were going to fill it up to 100. We had space.
150. Yeah.
All right, you move another 7 miles that day.
All right.
I don't think we're going straight here. We're gonna hug the
You're gonna hug the
wall,
mountains.
yeah.
hug the.
What if we
like this, right?
aren't we heading to Saltport? What if we like head straight? I mean, there's a forest in the middle of that tundra, right?
I don't want to
probably
get
do
caught
that.
in a blizzard.
That's 10 miles.
Yeah.
It's another
If we
light
have-
day.
If we have
On the
150
1st of
pounds
August.
of firewood, I think that's okay.
Yeah, I think we're fine.
All right then. Let's do the quick way then.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
mean, there's
Ferris.
really no reason either. We've probably got weeks to kill at Saltport, but might as well kill it there.
Yeah. So what is it's calm again?
Calm again.
We make another 7 miles.
All right. You make it just about to. You guys are beelining it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should get into this, I believe.
You make it
yeah.
just to the edge of the woods, and the next day, 2 is calm. You're not making very much progress here, and it's been like 2 weeks since you've killed the dragon. So let's do a quick check in here. William, You are now a dragon slayer, maybe, kind of, sort of. You helped.
He got the final blow.
I got the killing blow. Yeah.
I'm just jacking.
We know it was almost dead, but in game though,
Right.
it's still alive, right?
How are you feeling about this, man? You wanted it to be a great night once upon a time, and here you are, literally killing a dragon.
William tries to be humble, but in the face of recent events, it's difficult to remain so. There's definitely an element of pride creeping in, and a sense of accomplishment. But until the treasure is locked away in the keep's dungeon or in the keep's vault, the job's not really done yet. So I'm trying to keep everything running along smoothly just until we can get everything there, and then after that, I think we can relax, and Jaromir can spend the time he wanted to spend doing whatever it is he wants to do. And then we can start reassessing, like, where do we go from here? Because I also want to get the I don't really know what the next plan is until we get the naval what's it called? What did you call it? Naval exploration of the continent's coastline.
Right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Next day is also calm.
The weather is definitely better than it used to be, I think. It seems that way. What do you
It's just
think?
random rolls.
Yeah, you think?
Is it?
Look, do you call this a relevant sample size, William? I think any statistician back on Arcadia would be shouting at you over your anecdotal evidence.
Don't talk to me about statisticians. I don't know what that is. It's a made-up word.
Do you not know statistics?
You leave wizards out of this.
Humans.
Neither was a wizard, so I don't know why you're talking about magic.
Right. And you make another 6 miles, coming into the next forest.
Okay, it will be important to know how much wood we've got here. Greg?
We're in the forest. We can just fill up.
Yeah, but we're about to leave it, so I think we should know how much.
So if we're filled up, it's 100.
100. Great.
All right. It is a moderate day the next day.
Okay.
I suggest we go up to 150 if we're going to be going through this tundra. We should be able to carry that since we're eating.
150. Yeah, I would put us 6 pounds off our maximum.
Great.
Cool.
Let's do that.
So we're going to do 150.
All right, let's go.
No. All right. So moderate today.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I've got that somewhere up here in my roll logs. There we go. 2 miles. We're probably still in the forest.
Yep. You come across what looks like a cleared out section or an area where a river once may have been. There's kind of a depression of land and a clear line between the trees that indicates that there's something underground here, probably a frozen river, and your sled gets stuck. Like you come down the embankment and you spend maybe like 3 hours digging your shit out.
Is the snow lower than it has been in the past? Because previously when we tried to come across rivers, they've been so covered over that there was no physical mark of them right on the land.
This section does appear to have an actual dip in it. Maybe this section here is actually like a steeper canyon, and the river is actually lower ground, or maybe something has changed. Now it's...
Have we not come through here before on our travels?
You've come through this general area. I don't know if I doubt you've come across this exact place where you're crossing this river right now.
Okay.
So that's a moderate day. The next day is light, I believe.
D8 plus 6.
Yes.
4 miles. All right, so
we're going straight north here because we still want to north here a lot.
Yeah, and don't forget healing, Nick. That's going to be, so we had 5 days. Now we got another 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our 5th day, so we have another 5 days there.
Can we get some more checks, Greg?
Yes, sir. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 for 5, baby.
And
All
I'm
right, so we
max.
get 10 HP. Yeah, I'm a little short of max.
right.
2 out of 48.
Maybe, do you think we should stop it on the Knolls? No, maybe later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not with like a couple million copper
you're right,
of
you're right.
treasure
The
on our
next day
backs.
is light.
All right, let's hope we make it out of this clearing because this is gonna. All right, make 4 miles.
We're all right. We got loads of wood. We're only using
Yeah, I think we're
12
going
days.
straight north at this point.
Yeah, straight north
Straight
now.
north. Okay. As straight north as you can go. Not a problem.
As long as it's not a blizzard.
Even if it was, I think we'll be fine. As long as it's not like a 2-week
As
one.
long as it's not a blizzard.
It's a light day the next day.
All
and
right,
let's
perfect.
before we get any farther, Grimes, you've never seen as much gold as this in your life. You were a poor boy from the slums who grew up without a mother and an ill father and always had to scrape by for a living. How are you feeling when there's so much money you can't even carry it all?
You're muted,
I
correct?
think at first this was a
Right.
dream come true, like something out of Grimes's fantasies. But that having to drag this weight through the snow, I think, has kind of put a dour note to the victory.
Welcome to my world.
But hey, magic dagger sweetens the deal.
Is there some sort of like intrinsic lesson in here that, you know, wealth has a certain weight to it that will weigh you down, or are you literally just like, this is a bitch to haul around? Like,
Yeah, it's a bitch to haul around. If,
Okay,
if
there's
I,
no
if I
upper
pulled this heist
metaphor.
off back on the mainland, I'd have a fence waiting for me in the nearest town, miles away.
so you're not getting any sort of like metaphorical knowledge about weight, power, and responsibility.
No,
and-
I know. I need to loot my treasure hoards back on the mainland where there's civilization to spend all the gold in.
You're a special guy, Grimes. Next day is light. Go ahead and roll it.
Plus-
Oh, you already rolled it. 4?
No, I did not. I hadn't. You said before we get on with this day, so
Okay, sure.
the
6.
roll.
Sure. When I roll higher, that's fine. I'm not gonna be. That is
I haven't rolled
August
it yet.
the 6th, and you make some good progress finding back up in the trees. The 7th of August is a light day as well. I'm sorry,
All right.
it's a calm day. It's a 5 on the
Calm.
scale.
I think
Perfect.
we're actually just barely going to make it back in time, right? Isn't it mid-August or late
Pretty
August?
close. Yeah, it's like the 25th ish, I believe.
They should hang around for a week. That's
Yeah.
usually what they do. So,
So 7 miles for today.
oh, nice roll.
Making progress slowly but surely.
As we get into this part, if we find a living tree, I would like to collect some more resin.
1,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go out of my way to do it, but if we come across it, that'd be great.
Sure.
3.
I'll let you know if you come across it.
Cool.
3.
That was the 7th.
Greg, can you roll me 3 healing checks really fast?
Yes, sir. Where is it? There it is.
All right,
3
so yep. So 1 more day and I'm at full, no matter what.
Sweet.
Okay. Still no random encounters, no monsters, no kobolds, no.
I mean, we did kind of decimate the local population.
yes.
There's still oozes though, and there's
Yeah,
still
those are-
Potentially elementals as well.
Is it still?
Yeah.
Is it another calm day?
No, it's a light day.
Light day. Not a D9, D8. 3.5 miles. Not a good one.
Ugh,
not a good one.
no.
It's all it's all trees to the end now. I wonder if we could ditch all the wood and maybe move faster.
How much would we have to ditch to get down to the next weight class, Greg?
Probably not enough. The 150
Yeah, you're right.
pounds
Okay.
only comes to like 20 and some change.
I think it's 30 exact.
30.
Yes,
Okay, it comes exactly. I wasn't trying to do the math, but yeah, 30 pounds of effective carry weight.
Yeah,
Right.
it's not enough. It's not enough.
It's
all right,
not
fine.
gonna matter. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just keep the wood then.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
What does it
that
say?
was the 8th. The next day is also light.
Make 4 miles today.
This is the day that Jaromir, as you guys are stopping and like, you know, playing with trees.
Yep.
Jaromir, you find another live tree, another fresh one.
Cool. Awesome. So yeah, I'm gonna take something sharp or blunt and like make this tree bleed and try to collect the resin. I gotta check my stuff here. I'm going to collect it in. I'm going to pour out the bottle of stomach bile. I think that probably has served its purpose at this point. And I'm going to collect as much resin as I can in that bottle. Maybe I'll use the canister of endless water to like rinse it out
Okay.
before I do
That
it.
can be done. Yeah.
Bottle of tree resin. Cool.
All right. Next day is light.
All right. We make 7 miles that day.
Woo!
So we're 1 day away from basically 100 pounds of food left.
You're almost at Saltport as well. You're entering a familiar section of woods that you've been around in a lot, and you're kind of getting the lay of the land, and you can feel Saltport getting closer. It's been about 20 days since you slew the dragon.
It's been a while. Yeah.
It's been a while. All the excitement of dragon fighting is kind of, what's the word?
There's no such thing as losing out on the
Juxtaposed.
excitement of having slain a dragon.
Right,
It's
but
a
it's
thing that we're gonna be talking
juxtaposed with
about
the
for the next,
month of walking back to the port after killing the dragon. It's this
Yeah.
long stretch of boring time. And Ferris, how are you feeling about this long stretch of boring time after dragon slaying, after all the hunting and excitement and new flesh?
It's going good, Neal. Ferris has become a blade master. He's acquired a hawk-marked blade to celebrate the occasion. He slew one of the most fearsome creatures in the world. Ferris, I think it's kind of going back to it for those who watched his background episodes. That first time they had that call to adventure and he went to the Goblin Cave to rescue a kidnapped child. And it's kind of going back to that call for adventure that he had back then, that desire to kind of get out there and do something. And it's like that, except it didn't end terribly this time. This time he's actually kind of seen some returns for all of his effort.
Are you originally came down here to find word of the elves and your people?
Yeah, and he's still looking, but it's kind of one of those things where we need to wait until we find a lead, right? Like doing what we're doing as it is what will eventually give us some sort of lead.
But you don't seem impatient. You seem happy.
No, the journey is part of this just as much as the results.
Would you say that Ferris has made friends?
Friends might be taking it a bit far.
Yeah, no, we're not
friendly
his friends.
acquaintances might be a better term.
All right. Well,
Like
the next day,
William's not too bad. He generally does the right thing, even if he needs a little bit of prodding to do it first. Jaromir, he's kind of gotten a little bit more sour with Jaromir recently, but generally they get along reasonably enough. And Grimes, he kind of wants to stab Grimes, but he's tolerant. He can manage with Grimes.
well, this is good progress for you. Then you've really come a long way.
Yeah. For humans, these ones aren't too bad.
All right. Well, it is a moderate day the next day.
All right. Let's see. I got that in my roll log right here. 3.5 miles.
Oh God, you're so close to Saltport. But this damn sleigh, the sled, and all these dogs
Yeah.
pulling it, and they're like straining against each other, and they're just difficult to control.
One more day.
One more day, and it's another moderate day.
4 miles. That should do it.
That should do it. Yeah, you guys make it to Saltport. You can go to the keep. You can hang out in the brothel, wherever you want to be, because you're here now in Saltport.
We can hang out in the brothel.
So for that last day while we're traveling to the key, like once we hit Saltport, I think Ferris is gonna start like practicing his weapon as he walks alongside William, and William gets to hear every single time he swings the weapon for like.
Faris, can you turn that off?
I can't, but I have to practice my form. It's been weeks since I last did this. I can't
moderate.
stop, William.
Can't stop, won't stop.
So Neal, the walls that the gnolls are trying to climb to assail us.
Mm-hmm.
Can I leap onto them in a single bound?
Totally.
Whoa.
Yep, you can leap
That's
30
awesome.
feet up and whoop, right on top of those walls.
So I want to practice doing like leaping strikes with my sword.
Thankfully, your sword doesn't screech as you swing it.
Yeah.
Does it make little grasshopper noises?
It makes no noise whatsoever. It's nice and quiet.
So like in game, would like jumping into combat, would that maybe count as like a charge in terms of +2
I'll
attack
give
and
you-
damage?
At -1 to AC, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Just to be
Great.
clear, though, it's just a +2 to hit, no bonus to damage.
Right, yeah, so +2 hit, that's fine. So I mull over the ship that brought us here, Beccas ship. How big was it?
It's a smaller ship.
Is it, but a smaller ship, like, is it going to even struggle to carry all this stuff, or is that...
No,
that's
you'll
easy?
be able to carry this stuff, no problem, but, like, there's only room for one sled on the deck. You wouldn't really be able to fit another large object up there. Maybe you could stack 2 sleds on top of each other, but then in the rough waters, one of them might get knocked overboard or something. It's kind of...
There's no, there's no, rooms and stuff under the...
Oh, of course, yeah, there is, but the sled doesn't fit, like, down
What
in there.
I'm getting
There's
at
no-
is, though, if we sailed down to the mountain range before going back to the fort, do you think we could maybe take another trip back up, grab as much silver as we can, and come back?
You could definitely load all of the treasure from the dragon's lair into the boat without worrying about capsizing the boat.
I think if they will, I mean, we can easily pay them, right? I think we should do that. What do you think, guys?
I don't think we'd even have to pay them. They're under contract to bring back treasure. Mainland, right? And
it's part of their job. Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate that we're not going to be able to take it all, but we could probably get all of the gold and most of the silver, and then leave the copper and maybe half of the silver there.
Wait, what?
Why not just take it all? If we unload the sled, I think we could get everything in one more load, right?
Yeah, we just do a couple of loads there and back.
Well, we could do a couple. Maybe we should just do that then.
Let's have this discussion when they show up, because they might have something to say about this as well.
Okay.
But you have roughly 2 weeks until they arrive. What are you gonna do?
Ferris wants to spar with William. We need to practice our forms, stay in shape. We're masters now, but we can't let that. Like we did a lot of work to get there, right?
Yeah, can't let it slip.
We can't let ourselves get rusty.
Plus, need to work out what the bonuses are on these swords.
Or are we going to use the real weapons?
Oh yeah, I guess not. Didn't work out so well for me last time. I'm still.
Did you bring the blunted swords? I don't think you did this trip.
Unless Greg took them off.
I did take them off very specifically because.
Okay, never mind. Then we do practice with real weapons.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys just beat the shit out of each other with weapons.
Yep.
And then go, Jaromir, can you fix me? And then
I'm gonna start mostly fixing them, and then put like a little bit of mushroom, right, and like a little mushroom paste right at the end.
Just start tripping for the last few days.
oh man, I can jump like a grasshopper.
That's what I call preventative medicine.
And then Jaromir just takes mental notes as he watches. Like,
You're a little bit like Krieger, aren't you?
The ultimate scientist.
If I jump straight into the air, though, I'll take damage, won't I?
Nope, it's
No,
magical.
it's controlled. Yeah.
Oh, but the jump spell does say that it doesn't guarantee a safe landing.
Oh, well, yeah, then you definitely take damage.
I think that implies like if you fall hundreds of feet or something. I think the within the context of the jump spell, you're safe.
No, I think Nick's interpretation is right. You can leap 30 feet in the air, but you're still gonna fall 30 feet. And this is not Portal, so that's gonna be dangerous.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not jumping straight up in the air. I'm more like practicing jumping forward to like charge, and also jumping onto the walls, which obviously then doesn't incur a 30-foot fall.
All right.
But I get used to it. I want to be able to employ it in battle at the drop of a hat if needed. Like to dodge something or to jump on the dragon as it flies past me.
Well, you can kill the next 2 weeks until the ship arrives.
At some point, I would like to take my bottle of human flesh out as
Excuse
a cattle.
Should we get a break here before we do like the last 2 weeks of stuff? Because we do.
No. Let's do this right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna go to the same area outside of the fort where I created Cat. That was the best kind of confluence of locations I could find at the time. And I want to set up a large focus with the wizard site as my rune, and I'm gonna take out that bottle of human flesh, and I want to like use half of it, and I'm gonna like kind of use it to line the grooves I make in the ice, right, so that it is a part of my spell symbol. And I think I'm gonna consume just like a touch of it. Like if I dip my finger in it and take like just a drop on the tongue, and I'm gonna try to communicate with those voices again, or at the very least, try to identify like what part of the country they are, or the island, whatever this is, they're coming from.
You said you're taking a bit of that human flesh into your mouth.
Just like the tiniest drop.
Just the tip, yeah, I get it.
Safe versus poison?
Maybe.
This really puts the wiener conversation we heard off screen into context.
Oh no! There's pigs in a blanket. There's little wieners in the fridge, and I was telling. We just to move them, right? Just slide them over or take them out. I'm not gonna eat them, right?
Someone's got to eat the wiener here. I'm not going to eat the wiener. Just slide it in.
I mean, they're just left over from watching the game, so like.
All right. So you're sitting out here consuming putrefied 1500-year-old human flesh.
Does he get food poisoning?
We'll get there. And trying to commune with these voices you hear and try and find where they come from. Would you roll me a willpower check this time, please?
Sure. 31!
Oh, shit.
Yo,
Okay.
willpower for days.
Yeah. You managed to put yourself in a focused trance, away from the rest of the party, away from the yipping of the dogs and the screeching of Ferris's sword.
I love how we have a soundboard now.
And you manage to focus on the memory of these voices too. You've heard one voice once and then another voice another time, and it's come in masculine and feminine tones, and it's been echoing around you, and no one else has heard this sort of thing. And as you focus and kind of try to, in your mind, explore the region of Caledonia, that top-down view of a swirling storm over the country, you find yourself looking down for a voice and keep turning your head up and around as if the voices are coming not from the ground, but from
the sky?
Sky, maybe? Maybe from the constellations, maybe from something else in the air around you. Definitely not below you. It's not coming from below.
Okay, it's not from the ground itself. Can I get higher?
Can always get higher.
Well, I mean, let's add some mushrooms to the mutual.
Roll an herbalism check.
No, you find yourself unable to really connect with these anymore. There's something you're not strong enough yet to really reach out and.
Okay. Very cool. I guess maybe trying to speak with words is difficult, right? I think that maybe at a certain level, he tries to reach out with intention, right? Jaromir kind of like tries to exude the intention of like being helpful, right? And is in a questioning way, like guide me, right? And he's looking for some kind of push, like what direction should he go in? And maybe that's not there, right? But he spends some time doing this.
You know, the answer you get is not what you're really expecting. Instead of feeling a push in one direction or another, you feel like cold, sharp claws in the pit of your stomach, like reaching, as if they're reaching up for you, but instead of like grabbing onto your belly, they're like inside of you and kind of clawing at your innards.
I mean, that could just be the like flesh, you know. Yeah. Okay. That's good and terrifying. So maybe after trying to commune with that for a moment, maybe he tries to like find the intention of the storm, right? He stops trying to get higher and like kind of dives down into the storm cloud that's swirling here. And in that same way, he doesn't try to find its access point or something. He just tries to find the intention of the storm, right? Does it have a purpose or like a motivation?
There feels like a wild, untamed rawness to the storm. That is the front for something that is behind it, that is weak and soft and has some semblance of control, but it just, raging front ahead, something in the background gently trying to shift something, but it's a blur. That's all a blur, and I think that's about as much as you can get with this.
I mean, that's quite a bit, right? That implies that the storm itself is at least in some way purposed, right? There was some purpose behind the storm, and maybe it's gotten out of control, but it was initially, or at some point, it had a reason, a purpose, a motivation.
Does the storm here refer to the weather in Caledonia as a whole?
Perhaps,
know,
man.
man.
We're speaking in metaphors.
Okay, I'm digging it. It's cool.
Okay.
Right.
Very cool. Yeah. I imagine that Time probably does weird things when he's meditating, right? So this conversation only took us a few minutes, but I imagine this was like an hour or more for Jaromir as he like kind of finally awakens in this like snowy little
Yes.
hillock that he's utilizing.
Yes. And I guess without too much incident, 2 weeks pass. There are no kobolds come to visit you. There's no sign of anything. It's just still quiet Caledonia, just the four of you together for weeks.
I think mood is pretty jovial, right? A lot of the pressure that was at least impacting me is abated now, and
Yeah.
a lot of the stress on the group was probably like stemming from stress on William. So everyone, I think, are pretty relaxed, all things considered.
On Saturday, the 26th of August, the sails of Beccas ship, the Heated Lady, appear on the horizon, and you guys can all head down to the port and load up all of your shit onto the ship. And you can talk with them about gathering other treasure. And just to speed things along here, the long and short of it is they are not prepared to go on land, and they're not happy to like walk around on land and haul shit with you.
Okay.
They will take you wherever you want to go, but those sailors are like, fuck this shit. I did not sign up to like walk on Earth. I refuse. I don't care what my contract
That's not
is.
what I was really hoping.
But they will. Will they wait though? They'll
They
wait.
could park the ship offshore here, right?
Oh yeah,
and
they'll
wait for
park
us.
the ship and wait for you. Totally, no problem. But they ain't going on. They ain't setting foot on land.
I mean,
Yeah,
we
so I
already
don't know,
we
just
sealed
slow
the
us
cave
down
off, right? Should we just do that later?
I think we
should
should
do it
have
now.
them sail us down to the tip of these mountains and then park there, and we'll go back to the cave, grab the rest of the loot, and load it up.
Let's do it. Let's just get it out of the way. Like then we can return and we can settle in for a few
Right.
couple of months. And
Becca says it'll probably take a couple extra weeks, so she wants some extra money, 5,000 copper per week.
yeah, that's fine.
Let's give her like 4 weeks of money.
that
Let's
right?
just give her an advance of like 6 weeks, and then say whatever we don't use, you just pay back.
No, let's just we'll give her 10,000 copper now for
She
2
ain't
weeks.
paying nothing back. Whatever money you get of her, she keeps.
We'll give her 10,000.
It's putting an advance in. It's saying like stay here for up to 6 weeks. If we come back in 3, you give us back the other 3 that we haven't that we didn't use.
I mean, we'll just pay her as we go. Yeah. I get what you're saying, and that's probably a realistic.
That's probably what we're doing.
It's probably what we're doing, but let's just call it. She's
we'll
asking.
call it. We'll pay every week that goes by.
Yeah.
So I want to. Becca, does she work for the government or is she a civilian that's been?
She's
roped
a
into this?
civilian that has been roped into this. Zaz has stronger obligations to you guys. This is the like random freelancer that you've hired to come by and fill in on the side. She's a temp.
I go up to Jaromir because it's like a couple of days down to where we're going. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Jaromir, can you come with me, please? And I go and want to go and speak to Becca.
Okay. Yeah, I'll traipse in, do my best little like flowing Darth Sidious impression.
So Becca, I'm sure you're an honorable woman and you've treated us fairly, but there's a lot of wealth on this boat, and we'll be gone for a good few days, and I just want an insurance policy to make sure that you don't try and run off with our wealth here. So my wizard friend's going to take one of your hairs. That way, if you try and run away, we'll be able to find you. Is that okay?
It does not matter if she thinks it is okay or not. It is price of doing business.
Well, it's a courtesy to ask first.
What, you think I'm gonna take your money and run? Leave you stranded down here to die?
I don't think you will, but just to be safe.
Mother always says, better to be safe than sorry.
If it were me, I'd take off.
She
All right.
This is enough.
plucks a single hair and hands it over to Jaromir.
Thank you, Becca.
I make a big show of like putting it in my little pouch.
All right, great. That's I appreciate it. So let's see. Let's try and work out how long we think it's going to be. Quick down to the mountain. The first thing that's going to take like 2, maybe 3 or 4 days to get up to the mountain, but then it might take like
We're gonna haul ass to the mountain, right?
yeah.
Because we're gonna have like very little except for food and firewood on the sled.
Yeah. So it might take us 2 weeks though to get back if things go slowly.
We'll just pay as we go along mechanically.
Yeah, she knows we're good for it. So we get down there, Neal, and we head back.
Okay. So it's going to be.
Before we go, Ferris tells Grimes to take a good stock of what we have. Make sure that nothing's missing by the time we get back.
So it's going to be a light day.
I can count.
First day, and with the dogs, you move 50% faster.
Okay.
Because the rest of you guys are on skis.
Okay. So light day is
so
D8+6.
I'm not. We had 339 pounds of food in total when we arrived at Saltport. We ate some of it for 4 days, right?
Yeah, we had a bunch in Saltport though.
That was in total Saltport plus what was on the sled. So we ate 4 days. We ate 60 pounds. We have 279 pounds of food left. Are we leaving any of it in Saltport, or is it with us?
No, it's with us.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
What I needed to know.
But we can leave some of it on the boat, I think.
No, we should take all of it with us.
All right, fine.
Ferris, give me a light day at 50% increase in speed for dog and ski
13
travel.
and a half miles.
All right, so that won't get you all the way there.
Just get us to the edge of that first forest, though.
Yeah, let me bring down Kel Marshall over
It's
here.
going to get us into the tundra, I think. Oh, wait, next you start right on the shores.
13
Yeah,
and
into
a
the-
half. So you're about here, yeah. That is a light day. The second day is light as well.
Right, we stock up on some
18
wood here.
miles.
Nice.
That should get us all the way to the mountain.
Yeah, that gets you to the base of the mountain.
Great.
And then a 6 is a light day as well.
Okay, so 19 and a half.
Wonderful. You can. It's probably a little bit slower going uphill, but that gets you up into the. That gets you up here perfectly, and
Yeah.
then you can spend the rest of the day loading the sled.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you have? Tell me what you take.
All right, how much weight can we carry on it?
I'm in the middle of calculating it. So this is now 489. This we have 606 pounds of available sled weight.
Okay, so and that's of the. Is that of flat weight, like raw weight? Not
Raw weight. We can put 606 pounds more on the sled.
Okay, so we can take all of the GP. What's left besides the coins?
Books.
That's it.
We
silver.
have books, elven chain scraps, and silver, copper, and gold.
So all the gold, the elven chain scraps, the books, and as much
And
silver.
then
as
however
we
much
carry.
silver, yeah.
All right.
So there's a
So there's
whole
80 gold pieces left.
there's a whole library of books. I've called out some specific ones. I think I called out seven specific books that are interesting. Did you want to take all of them or just the ones that were interesting to you?
Well, I haven't had a chance really to identify which ones are interesting, right?
And I think books are more valuable per weight than
Silver,
almost
yeah.
anything. Definitely than silver.
Let's
I'd say
take the
pick them up.
library.
Right.
They're
I guess
all
the
antique.
point is, let's take the library.
Yeah, they're all antiques. Like they should all be worth something.
Okay, sure.
So there are, I want to say like 100 books. Let's just call it 100 for sake of ease. That's 500 pounds of books.
Jesus. That's like
Okay.
all our weight.
Okay, never
All
mind.
the books, the gold, and the chain mail.
Wait, are we gonna do all the books then? Because that's just about everything we can carry.
We can come back, right? I mean,
Yeah,
Maybe
just do a couple
we take
trips.
half the books.
Yeah,
I mean,
let's take.
We
I
want
don't
to
know.
take it.
how
take it all.
important do we think the silver is?
Not important. Overall, the silvers, all of that silver is like, I think a little under 500,000 copper. Like that's nice and everything, but we can just reseal this place up as we leave and then come back for it later.
Why not just deal with it now?
yeah,
What
it's
is,
just
what is the weight of the elven chain?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the books are probably
Insignificant.
not like. I'm worried they're gonna like burn the books or
10
something.
pounds of elven chain.
Sorry, I'm worried the books will get burned.
burned by here.
Yeah, I don't know. Kobolds come up and they're like, "We need a campfire," and we're fucking stupid kobolds, and we burn
Yeah.
the books.
So let's take all the books now. We take all the books, the elven chain, and the rest of the gold. I think that
Yeah.
should fit.
Then we'll have 16 pounds left over,
Okay.
unless we want to leave the skis here.
So therein is the question: do we want to take the silver now, or do we want to take the books now? Right? Do we want that immediate like 250,000 copper, which I'd say is a pretty decent payoff, honestly.
We can come back. We can come back. Let's just do 2 trips.
I don't want to do 2 trips. I want to
That's
take
true. We could just do 2 trips. Yeah, let's do that.
Why not?
that. All right, fine.
Yeah, let's just go back and forth a couple times.
All right.
Load it in blood. That's really smart. Okay, and then we'll take 16 pounds of silver.
All right. Hey, do you
All
think it's next time it might be quicker not to encumber ourselves and still go 50% faster than it is?
What?
Do you want to do that?
We can't
No,
this time
no,
the
no.
books at 500. Let's just get the books there.
Okay, sounds good.
There's too much to carry. Yeah.
All right. Then it is a light day. We're going to try and spreadsheet our way through this quickly. I would take our time and discuss how you all feel about all this stuff, but let's move.
I mean, Can we just skip through it if you want, Neal? I mean,
There are blizzards in the way. We'll go quickly.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to do 2 whole trips because it's gonna.
Yeah. So give me a light at half movement.
5 for the first day. Next day.
That gets you halfway down the mountain. Blizzard for the next 3 days, but you have food, right? Jaromir, you've got
Yes.
food? Okay.
Yeah,
That's
we
another
have
concern is that
219
we're-
pounds of food.
Yeah, we're limited on rations. I'd rather not
3 days.
risk things.
3-day
45.
blizzards.
105.
And then
3 days of firewood is we're fine. We plow through that.
It's a light day the next day.
All right, so D8 plus 6 again. Another 5 miles.
Okay, so you get all the way down to the
3,
down
4,
here.
5. 5, and then plus 3 is 8 days so far. So that was day 8.
how much wood have we got? How much wood have we got? We might not be able to go straight.
We have
across it.
74 pounds of firewood.
We can restock on the way though.
Yeah, but maybe
It
we'll
is-
just go
We're
like
at the
this.
forest.
It's a light day.
All right, light day. We do 4.5.
Just go like this, Neal.
Either way, we're gonna hit the edge. Yeah. And then
And then a moderate day.
D6 plus 3.
Go this path.
Oh. All right, and then we've got a blizzard for 3 days, and then it's another moderate day.
5, 6, 7 plus 6, 13, and then another
Let's go.
moderate. You said. 2 miles.
Can we survive a
No,
We
let's-
have firewood. We're in
if
the
we
woods.
if we run out of 2 hours worth of firewood in that blizzard, will we be okay?
Yeah, blizzard just soaks warmth points.
Plus, we
Leash.
have a
We're in a forest.
Yeah, we're in a forest.
Sweet.
All right, light day is next.
All right, how much firewood are we stocking up on? Like, how much are we traveling with as our?
We're probably not taking any with us at this point. We're just hoofing it to the boat.
So we can't do that. Let's just go the safe way. Like, let's just go to here. Stock
We
up on
replace
some
eating
firewood.
food, right? Yeah, we definitely are stocking up on firewood.
Light day.
All right, light
Just-
day is D8 plus 6. 4 miles.
All right, and calm day.
Calm day is 2 6 plus 6. 7 miles.
And that gets you to there. Then moderate day.
4.
Let's get to the edge of the wood.
All right, you are all the way through August. You're in the middle of September now.
All right, we'll just go back after this then, I suppose.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna be out of resources by the time we get there.
Light
Yeah.
day is next.
All right, let's go for it.
6.5.
That was weird. I don't know where you were before.
Right around here should be it.
All right, so the next day you should be able to show up, and the next day
Yep.
is also light.
All right.
So you get back to the boat on the 15th.
And
They
with
waited.
4 pounds of food left. Good job, guys.
Nice. Okay, so what's left in the cave, Greg? 1,000.
What's left in the cave is just the coins: 260 copper and 1,124 silver.
So 1124.
Pounds, not coins, correct?
Silver pounds. Yeah, pounds of silver and copper.
So there's about 575,000 copper left. So yeah, you're right. We've got most of it. I think we're okay. That's like our cut that's still in there. All right.
All right, so that was about 4 weeks of time, or 3 weeks? 3 weeks, right? Because we got back on the 15th.
All right. Neal, can I look at the load on the boat and see if anything's been taken?
It's all there.
Yeah. All right.
Great. Okay, let's go home.
Yep.
Okay, it takes you a couple days to get back to Fort Wick.
Did we seal up the cave as we
Yeah.
left?
Yeah, we did.
You arrive back in Fort Wick on the 18th of September in calm weather.
Drag everything on back into the what's her name's little hut where she keeps all of the resources.
Bring us all the way back up here. All right. Here you are finally. We're almost out of time, but we're going to take a break here. And I hope it's not problematic if we go a little bit over our playtime today, guys.
It's fine
As long
because
as we
this
don't
is
go too far over.
This is an hour early for me, so it's all right.
So we're going to go to break. We'll see you on the other side. Bye-bye.